Plasencia cigars, perfected for more than 150 years. Yours to enjoy now.
Stogie Geeks, welcome. Segment 2 of episode 359. As Nelson and I are here at Breakwaters Cigar and Whiskey Lounge in Middletown, Rhode Island, doing a little Stogie Geeks remote action. And we have Mr. Drew Galvin over in Texas, as always. And this is the Sticks of the Week combined with the news. Nelson, why don't you kick it off with some news?
Internet sensation.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, internet sensation. Hey, follow me on Cigar Squad on Instagram. And I appreciate all you following me and messaging me. It's fantastic. Let's see. The news. This is going to be an interesting conversation.
Well, here we go.
So, Drew, I'm sure you probably heard about this too. United Cigars launches the first virtual cigar related to blockchain. So I'm going to read this. This is from Half Wheel. Not a lot of places had this, but from Half Wheel, United Cigars has launched what it describes as the first NFT cigar, the Atabe Black Ritos. NFT stands for non-fungible token. So for you cryptocurrency nerds, I know you understand what that is. I don't, but we'll unpack it. I think we're going to have a little discussion about this. Unlike every other cigar United sells, this is not actually a smokable cigar. It's an NFT. It's a type of blockchain technology that has garnered increased popularity over the last month or so. NFTs are digital tokens, usually in the form of digital art. So this has been done before with other products, not actual cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but actual products where the blockchain ledger is used to verify ownership. In this case, the buyers are purchasing virtual boxes of cigars that can be resold. United asked Nelson Alfonso of Selected Tobacco and Golden Age Visual Developers to create the first NFT cigar. Only 10 virtual boxes have been produced. There is an 11th box, which will be available as singles. So you can either buy a virtual box or virtual singles from this box of this 11th box, which has 25 single cigars to be sold as single NFTs. So, Joe, I don't even know where to start with this one, to be honest. This is, I was telling Joe I had actually read, and I was referring to Steve Saka. Steve Saka actually made a comment, because this came out right in the beginning of April, and he thought it was an April Fool's joke, and actually tagged the article. But this is a real thing. This is actually real. Thoughts?
Nelson, I'm sorry. Drew, did you get all of that?
Yeah, I got some of that, and I think I touched that article, and I just kind of swiped it, yeah, whatever. I'm not wasting my time reading this anymore.
It's insane.
I don't know about the waste of time, but go on, Drew.
No, like I said, I at the time I didn't have a lot of bandwidth, so I just kept swiping. So go ahead, tell me about this. What makes this different? What is it going to make me as a consumer engage in this idea?
Joe, I'm looking at you because I did have this discussion. Joe and I talked about this. Sorry, I'm lighting my cigar. Joe and I talked about this before the show, and I think between the three of us, he's the best suited to talk about this. So I'm asking Joe, explain this to Drew and I like we were 4 years old. Like, how does this work?
Right. Well, NFT tokens, the non-fungible token, it's a piece of digital art piece.
Currency.
That is, I guess it's going to be like exclusive to you, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
And so, like, $1 million. And some of them that I know of have sold for like $25. they can buy a box of United cigars virtually, and they would own this box. Now, obviously, you look at it and you're like, well, this is ridiculous. Of complete and utter craziness. Drew? Okay.
You're breaking up. Something's up. It's not mine.
Oh, we're all having internet connection problems. Hold on. We're having a bandwidth thing. You good, Drew? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I didn't hear any of that other stuff because you kept breaking in and out.
Oh, boy. Okay, I think I'm good now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. All right, we're all back. I don't know what happened. We had an internet glitch. Anyway, so I think the non-fungible token, although I can see where someone like Steve Saka or myself would say, this is ridiculous, is this a joke or whatever, but I'm here to say that this is a thing. And it might not be a cigar thing, but it's a thing. Not only is it a thing because we're talking about it, but some of these tokens have sold for millions of dollars, and they're going to be collectible just like comic books. And it's one of those crazy internet things that...
But, like, how does it work, right? So, okay, so I buy this virtual box, or even a single from the 11th box, right? I buy a single NFT cigar. What does that mean to me?
Well, according to the product, you'd be one of X who would only have one in the world.
So is the idea that the value will go up because it's a limited crypto?
Yes, and I guarantee you that will be traded. So if you buy that cigar for $100, whatever the price is, I guarantee you that a year from now it will be sold for $200 or $300 or more.
So let's just say somebody wants to trade, because I think you could trade as well, right? So if somebody wanted to say, "Hey, I want to trade you that box for a Ferrari," they can do that. Something like that.
It's like the guy who ordered the pizza for Bitcoin and spent like, I don't know, $70,000 on pizza. You know what I mean? On a slice of pie. And it's like, whether you think it's poppycock or not, it's a thing. And if you don't believe me, there's a shoe retailer that is selling a digital pair of shoes for your avatar. If you followed me on Facebook or Twitter, I posted it like 2 months ago, where you can spend $25 and you can put digital shoes on your avatar. And it's this shoe manufacturer out of London. And you're like, well, why would I do that? I don't know. You got a pair of digital shoes for $25. I don't know. Like, I think it's crazy.
People do it.
Which, if you look at our previous segment, and for the retailers who don't think that there's money to be made on the internet, this truly proves my point. Because who would spend money on a digital cigar? Somebody will buy it. And there you go. Somebody's going to make money off of it.
I don't want to be Captain Obvious, right? But if it's a virtual cigar, why is it a virtual cigar? Like, why can't it just be another cryptocurrency? Like, why is it a cigar? It's not actually a cigar. Or a box of cigars. What the hell are we even talking about?
Because it's an exclusive digitized product that you own. And no one else owns that particular product on the internet.
But it's not actually a physical box of cigars.
But it can be traded or kept for a keepsake. Hey, you don't have to worry about the humidification process. No Bovita packs for this thing needed. It's going to be the perfect cigar. You don't have to worry about if it's on back order.
It'll never be on back.
As of Sunday, my lifespan, I maybe got what? Let's see, I'll be 52, so I got like 48 years. I need something that that's in the now. I only got 48 more years left.
I don't know. I'm gonna make a prediction here on Stogie Geeks. this is not going to take off.
I'm going to make a prediction here on Story Geeks. This is going to be a thing.
It's going to be a thing.
With the cigars.
It is going to be a thing.
There'll be
There'll
be like other retailers jumping in on that, and you can have the Arturo Fuente thing or the Oliva thing or the whatever. It's going to be a thing.
Now, I could see this working, right? Fast forward. I could see this working if you could use the NFT virtual cigars value to purchase cigars.
What if you own
that?
What if you own the one box, or how many were listed in the article? I think it was 20 boxes. Is that what the article states?
11 boxes.
10 boxes.
Okay.
10 you can buy, and the whole box. 11 is just a single.
If you own one box of 10, full box of 10, and it's 5 years from now, you're going to be able to go to a cigar shop, and they might give you 38 boxes. I'm just saying, it might not be a bad idea. There's an ask for every seat on the internet. It's going to be a thing. But my whole thing is like it's almost. And listen, I'm poo-pooing this because I'm admitting I'm ignorant about it. But to me, how is this any different than Bitcoin? And why not just use Bitcoin, right? Or any of the other ones, Ethereum or whatever, right? Why have this other? Although, again, this is not, just to remind listeners, to Joe's point, this exists today, right? As I said in the article, they're using digital art as a commodity to add value to it. And, I don't know where that sits, but this is a thing. It's a real thing. Yes, it's a thing. And it's going to be here to stay, whether we like it or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, how many people said Bitcoin wouldn't last, right? And look, it's not only is it there, it started going back up again. These cryptocurrencies have not vanished.
Oh yeah, they have indeed expanded for sure. Cryptocurrency.
I can safely tell you I don't have time for it, but I think it's a thing. No, I think it's a thing. It's not going to go away.
Joe's going to buy a virtual Atabay. Come on, let's both go in on it.
I'm all set.
Yeah, see?
But it's a thing. Okay.
Alrighty.
Drew, what have you been smoking?
Alrighty. So my first one is going to be the Vega Fina 1998 Robusto 5x52. Manufacturer on that one is Altadis Tabacalera. We'll start off with the wrapper as Ecuador. And then you get the binder as Indonesia. And in your filler, you got Dominican, Colombia, and Nicaragua. Price point on the sticks between $8.60 and $10. Depends on where you're at in the United States. I'm going to just say strength-wise, you're going to be more in the medium. And then flavor intensity is going to be very... on the full side complexity, you're about in the medium as well. In smoke volume, you're going to be right about medium again. So this cigar here, cream. I mean, lots of cream. You get some nutty undertones from it. You do get the sweet from the chocolate and a little bit from that cedar wood. You get just a hint of spice on the retro, and then you do come across the earthiness, the earth soil from the tobacco itself. Yeah, I've had this stick a few times. Actually, got my hands on a half box. Really enjoyed it. It's not one of the ones I normally like, because I'm a full body strength smoker, but this one right here has found a place in my humidor in the regular rotation. So I do find myself enjoying a box of these. So I'm going to give it a Stogie Geeks rating of box-worthy. It doesn't break the bank. You can share it. I think a lot of you can introduce this cigar to some of your friends who have a little bit of a kind of an intermediate smoking experience, and it does leave you with a good aspect as to judgment of the cigar. that it's a great cigar. So again, Vega Fina, 1998, and that was in a Robusto size.
Boxworthy.
Boom. Yes, sir.
You ever have it, Nelson?
Sorry, I keep going on mute because Joe and I are 4 feet apart. I have not had it. I have not tried it yet. But on Drew's recommendation of Boxworthy, I definitely am.
Yeah, like I said, I think the Boxworthy comes from, it's a medium cigar all the way through. It's a medium smoke for sure, and you can enjoy this pretty much any time of the day. It doesn't break the bank, and that's a good thing. Construction, visuals, the band, everything on this cigar is pretty classic. And again, I mean, the filler in the tobacco with Colombia, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua, you get a pretty good kind of a whirlwind of different takes on the cigar. But it stays consistent. So yeah. I definitely
Vega Finas, my experience, stay in the smaller sizes. As they get bigger, that you're kind of losing a little bit of the flavor, and you might think that it might be like a passerby stick, but the Vega Fina in the Robusto, very tasty.
Yes.
Great price point too, which I don't know if you mentioned or not, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you can't beat that price point. Like I said, and you can share these, and you could definitely share them, and you're not worried about that price. I mean, and like I said, for the intermediate smoker, I've given it to people, and they're really surprised of their experience with this stick.
Well, I'm glad you can share them in the Boxworthy. Next time you grab a box, you have my address.
Okay.
I had the first cigar in a 3-part series to bear the name. It uses a Sumatra wrapper over a Nicaraguan binder and filler from the Somoto region of Nicaragua.
Oh, yeah.
And it's available in a couple of different sizes, the 5x50 Robusto, the 6x50 Toro, and the 5.5x46 short Corona. And I am talking about the Noel Rojas street tacos.
Street tacos.
You had the street taco. I still haven't had one. I can't wait to hear this.
I still have your list from the last episode. I'm supposed to send you some.
Those are hard to find right now.
Just so you know, if I never said anything about Noel Rojas on this show, this is an amazing stick. This is an amazing stick. First of all, you have a Sumatra wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and filler, and it's just well balanced, well tasty. Had the opportunity to go through Noel Rojas's Chapter 1 kit and smoke around the region for his connoisseurs kit, and it's amazing how I can pick apart the part of the plant and the region and which regions produce exciting sticks there, and you're gonna get like a creamy earth Nicaraguan spice with a little bit of cocoa that is so balanced. If you find a box, get it. They're awesome. They're very hard to get, but that Noel Rojas street tacos is the cat's meow.
Drew, find me a box.
Do you see this right here? Look at my camera. This taco truck brought me my tacos, street tacos.
That's awesome.
Look at that. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. I got it in, with the Rojas bunch over there. Look at that. So,
dude,
yeah. Great
Drew,
cigar.
have you had that stick?
Oh, yeah.
Have you had that? Yeah. That's box worthy all day long. Go and get some.
Oh, yeah.
Drew, the reason why you find boxes in your neck of the woods, like, get them and put them aside for us, we'll ship you money.
All right.
Well, Drew's in his backyard.
Exactly. He's like literally 20 minutes away from me. And the reason why I'm wearing the reason why I'm wearing this hat today is because it is bluebonnet season here in Texas. So bluebonnets are sprouting up all over, and so it's bluebonnet season here, which is why I'm wearing my Rojas hat.
Do they have them at Prestige?
What's that? Yes.
The street tacos.
Yes.
All right, I'll call there.
You call.
Does Proceed ship?
You don't need to. You don't, guys. Okay, yeah, you guys. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. What am I doing?
No. We'll talk after the show.
We do ship.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have to. Dude, they're amazing.
Yes, very much so. We'll have to focus on that on another episode for sure.
Yes, and by the way, how I started this. It's the first in a 3-part series.
Mm-hmm.
Street Tacos. Just coming soon to a theater near you.
There you go.
Go get these. Stogie Geeks. Find them. I'm wearing my Noel Rojas hat because Noel Rojas finally made his pilgrimage into Rhode Island. And I'm excited.
Nice. That's true. That was what a year in the making, so to speak.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was a year in the making, and they got them, and they did the initial order, sold out in 2 days. So, if you want the rep, and Noel Rojas has rep here in New England. So any New England retailers, email me at joe@storygeeks.com. I'll put you in touch with the retailer. Get that in your shop. You won't be disappointed.
I told Joe before the show, you guys had the hats, and I've been seeing them all over social media, and I looked, and there's no place to get them. So I'm gonna message Noel myself and say, hey man, how do I get a damn hat?
I already texted Noel and told him not to give him one.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll get you one.
Drew, if you can hook that up, that would be great.
I only have like 3 of them, so I'm good.
I only have 2. I only have 2 of them. All right, Nelson, what have you been smoking?
You get off mute. So I unfortunately am going the opposite end. I'm starting the opposite end of Boxworthy. So I had an Espinosa Comfortably Numb Volume 2, because there's a Volume 1, Volume 2 Toro. I saw these everywhere. They have a super cool looking band. It's very like retro 70s wide band on the cigar. I was telling Joe before the show, everything I'm reviewing today has an Ecuadorian wrapper, which was not on purpose. It just kind of happened. So it's an Ecuadorian wrapper, a Corojo binder, and a Nicaraguan Honduran filler. And it goes for about $6 to $7. Like Drew said, depending on where you live. In New York, it might be like $30 with all the taxes. But it's the first time I had one. I like Espinosa. I definitely like their cigars. This had a nice, and it looks good too. It's a nice oily, chocolate-looking wrapper. The cold draw, I actually got a little. I described it as toasted cedar, which I don't get toasted a lot on sticks, so I was kind of looking forward to smoking this. Right away, I was like, "Hello, red pepper!" Like right away, I was like, there was no hiding the peppery profile on that stick as I went. I was hoping some other flavors would come in, but it was really prominent that the red pepper was not going away. I did have some problems with the cigar as I went. Like the cap started to unravel, and the wrapper in the cooler section of the cigar, like the last third, started to sort of unravel. So that was kind of a problem. By the way, I never stopped smoking because of that. I just powered through it and keep smoking. The red pepper definitely dominated the stick, in my opinion. And I was not able to finish it because of that. Between the the composition of the cigar falling apart like that, and I'm just not I'm just not a super pepper guy with cigars, so I didn't end up finishing it. It was very full body. It was definitely full strength. It actually burned well. I didn't have a lot of touch-ups with it, but for the reasons I just explained, I gave it a Stogie Geeks Angler rating. It's not a yard gar, but it's close. It's an angler. I would take it fishing on a boat.
I've had that cigar. And it's definitely a heavy body cigar. Lajero filler with a Corojo Lajero wrapper.
Yep.
It's just it's powerful. It's very on the retro for me. The red pepper and the toastiness really comes out really, really, really strong. You get a little bit of the sweetness from the woods that are there, but overall, I give it a 5. I mean, that'd be me. That's my personal opinion and experience with this cigar. But give it a try. I mean, it's not. I'm not trying to change your Stogies rating, but yeah, I mean, I'm a 5 on those. No. But that's for but I'm a heavy body smoker. I mean, that's just what I like. I like to be, imploded.
Yeah, that's exactly the difference, right? I'm not a full body, full strength smoker. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying it's a bad cigar. I'm just saying for me,
yeah, I got you.
Maybe I'd smoke it on a boat fishing, but other than that, I mean, I always go back. I have a cigar, and I don't know if you tried it, full body, full strength, the Wanderlust. I will never smoke one again. I got dizzy after smoking it. Doesn't mean it's a bad cigar. No, it means it's a bad cigar for me. Right? Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
But Drew, it sounds like it's a perfect cigar for you.
No, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it like I said, it just depends on what your smoking profile is. I mean, you definitely want to go into that cigar with some fuel in the belly and have a nice drink, have a nice a mojito right by your side to go with that drink with that cigar for sure. What about you, Joe? What's your thoughts on that cigar?
We are clearly all over the map on this cigar. This cigar actually amazed me to the point to explore more of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had a Comfortably Numb, first time I had it was at Vintage Cigar and Lounge, probably 3 years ago or so. And I was like, oh, wow, like, Eric Espinosa, like, and I actually went back and purchased more on the spot. And pepper, it is red peppery for sure. But I think it was well balanced enough for me. I did bullet cut it, which means I would get more red pepper, Nelson, as opposed to guillotine. So I wouldn't recommend you trying it if it just didn't speak to you. But this was one of the cigars, and if you go back 3 years ago on Story Geeks as Sticks of the Week, I had rated it, and I rated it a box split. And I actually rated it a box split with a friend, because I had a friend and we actually box split it that day and liked it. And like I said, it's one of those cigars that made me get into more of an introductory to the brand and explore more of the offerings. And I wouldn't say explore more than rekindle myself with Espinosa. I mean, right. I still like the Laranja a little bit better now that I've been exposed to that, but Comfortably Numb, man, that's a good stick. I think it's a good stick. So clearly we're all over the map on this one. Super cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, and again, admittedly, I don't love I'm a medium guy. I definitely am. So as it starts to get to fuller body, fuller strength, I don't, it's not for me. Right. I know other people like it, but it's just not for me. So
yeah, it was super cool, man. It was super cool. It was super tasty. I totally enjoyed it. So awesome. Yeah. Nelson, you got some news?
I do. Sorry, I keep going off mute. Alec Bradley. The Alec Bradley yesterday had a major fire. So they had tobacco burning, but not in a good way, down in Honduras. So Alec Bradley experienced a fire on Thursday, which destroyed several of their barns and greenhouses at a farm called La Musica. The property was growing tobacco, obviously, for Alec Bradley, and its barns were filled with tobacco for future production. They have 4 curing barns there. 3 of them, unfortunately, burnt down in the blaze. Alan Rubin, owner of Alec Bradley, was talking about it. He did mention that, granted, if you look at the pictures, Joe and I were looking at the pictures this morning, it looks devastating. They went right to the ground.
The ground,
barns,
yeah.
Yeah, the barns are gone. But he said, in the short term, there really isn't any effect. His quote was, the tobacco was for 2025 and 2026 production. I mean, it's still a loss, but according to Rubin, they're fine on tobacco, and they'll plant more next season to recover from this incident. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, they had that incident. Thankfully, no one was hurt or anything like that. But I mean, it's still devastating. You look at the pictures, they're gone. There's no evidence of a structure or 3 structures there at all. Joe, thoughts?
Yeah, they will recover. 2 interesting facts from that is that the bonds were not insurable. It's interesting how insurance companies can pick a risk that they want to do. Kind of reminds me of life insurance. Like if you have a life insurance policy and you have different acts, there's a law on the acts. It's escaping me. But for example, if you had perished during parachute, it's null and void. Or during jumping out of an airplane voluntarily, and something happens, you will not get life insurance. Obviously, self-inflicted suicide, something like that. It's a clause in the insurance policy that makes it a non-insurable event. Apparently, after investigation, they believe it was an electrical fire. A lot of that can happen. And it just reminds you of the risk, but thankfully no one was hurt. Owner of Alec Bradley, Alan, said that the bonds will be rebuilt and restored right away. They'll replant to make up for it, and they'll do their best to, take care of this travesty. But more importantly, nobody was injured, and they'll be able to hopefully be able to recover.
Yeah, they'll move on, and that's a great point, Joe. I guarantee this is going to happen. Some people will say, "Oh gosh, why didn't they have it insured or whatever?" But that's a major point, is that they didn't have a choice. They couldn't insure those barns.
Yeah, I'm really having a brain fart. Maybe it's too much Bloody Marys of what the insurance term is, but it's I would imagine because the bonds fluctuate temperature so frequently to cure the tobacco that they just don't want to insure it, or maybe they feel that it's not insurable.
Yeah, the other part to that too is that it's the value. How do we value that? What's the value of a curing barn? Besides the materials and whatnot. It's kind of like your house. It's like your house. I mean, if you have concrete, not concrete, wood structure versus metal structure, that kind of deal. So,
it may be too soon, but Joe and I were talking before the show. We're like, not for nothing, but it must have smelled great over there.
Yeah, I bet you those guys were like, "Holy crap! What the hell? What's burning over there?" But yeah, they'll recover. Alan and the owner of the farm, they put out a joint press release that they're going to start rebuilding right away. So they'll be good.
Yep. Drew, what else you been smoking?
Lunatic. So full body cigar. Yeah, Lunatic by Espinosa. Ripper. Wrapper binder filler. It's a triple crown on this one, all Nicaraguan tobacco. Price point on these are anywhere from $10 to $12.50, wherever you're at in the United States. I actually had the 6.5 by 60 on this one. This is a full strength cigar, so get ready. Put some fuel in the tank, get yourself a nice cool drink, and sit down and enjoy this ride. Flavor intensity, it's going to be up in the complexity. You'll be around the medium level of that. And then the smoke volume, it's heavy in smoke volume for sure. Again, with this one here, you get that kind of nutty creaminess coming out of the cigar. It's you get some of the I want to say cacao component out of that, and then the sweetness comes from like a dried fruit. So you really start to really hone in on those on the second, third, and then encompassing in that the wood that comes in. It's very light. It's not really, unless you're really sitting there and really focusing on it, it kind of comes and goes real fast. Spice for sure. So you're definitely going to experience some pepper power in this bomb, for sure. So you get ready for that. On the retro, it's really evident there. And like I said, it's heavy. It's really a heavy smoke. So be prepared to sit down for, I would say, an hour and a half and just, get your cadence going, and you'll come out with an experience like no other. So this one here, I'm gonna give it a box split. Again, I have a lot of, the box split for me is just because I have a lot of heavy full body cigars. I box split it with a friend who has the same smoking palate that I do. Yeah, can't go wrong with this.
Yeah, I just find those to just smoke super slow.
They are. They're very. Yeah. You take your time with this. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to, just like I tell people, 2 minutes, 1.5, 1.5 to 2 minutes. Come back and revisit it, and it burns smooth. But it is heavy on the smoke content.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Nelson, you have any more news or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you had that lunatic?
And more cigars.
Okay. Have you had the lunatic?
I have had the lunatic, and I agree with Drew. It's definitely a stronger cigar, and as we just learned, I'm not a big fan. Although I will say it was better than most full-strength cigars that I've had. If I was scoring it right now, I'd give it a 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, I think the Nicaraguan tobaccos there all the way through really helped this cigar along, and it keeps the complexity right there with the power that this full body cigar is going to give you. So yeah, I definitely welcome any full body smokers who really like that profile. This is one that you can definitely enjoy on a rotation.
You want to go?
What you got, brother?
So, I don't know.
Can't hear you.
Sorry. Joe's going to punch me in the face. Hey, I'm going on mute because I keep hearing you
I'm waiting for him to throw something at you.
And I'm not on mute. You sound terrible. So I'm doing it so your voice sounds beautiful. So I am smoking Charter Oak Habanos. We talked about Habanos last week a little bit. I said I was not a big fan. And I think Joe actually had said, hey, maybe you're just not smoking the right ones. So I went back and I tried the Charter Oak Habano Torpedo, 6x52. Again, Ecuadorian wrapper with the Nicaraguan binder and filler. I was impressed. So little background, I do like Charter Oaks anyway. I love the Charter Oak Maduro. It's probably, I always categorize like under $10 cigars, and this is one of my favorite under $10 cigar companies. But this was my first Habano, and I think they just came out with them last fall. They're fairly new. It had great construction. It had a the wrapper looked really tight, so I was expecting it to actually have a tight draw, especially looking at the foot, but it didn't. It actually smoked really great. I got a creamy pepper in the first third. The retro on this one, I got like toasted coffee notes, which was really nice. Picked up throughout the second third. I got more of the toasted coffee even without retrohaling, and it got a little bit creamy in the second third. As I went, there were zero touch-ups. This thing actually burnt really, really well. And I ended up smoking it to the nub. I mean, I just kept going. And it's funny, I wasn't smoking it thinking about reviewing it. I was smoking it talking to someone. So I just kept going. It had great smoke production. It was medium body, medium strength. So I gave this one a box split.
Mm.
It was really, I was very surprised. Under $10, it averages $6 to $7.
Right.
You guys have internet issues?
That I
again?
have had.
Oh.
What's up, Drew?
You guys were breaking in and out again. Okay, cool.
What's up?
Hola.
Are we
There you
back?
go. Yes.
Are we back?
Yes.
Yay. All right. That's
Did anyone
okay.
hear anything I said?
Yeah, it was kind of spotty. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Check it out. Nelson loves it.
Fiverr. Charter O Cabano.
Charter O
Fiverr. Charter O Cabano. There you go. The last stick I want to talk about, in lieu of Noel Rojas finally getting here to Rhode Island, the Noel Rojas Bluebonnet. It's available in 3 different sizes. The Lancero, the Corona Gorda, and the 5.5 by 42. Your wrapper, binder, and filler is all Ecuadorian. I'm sorry. Your wrapper, binder, filler is all Nicaraguan Criollo. And it's a medium-bodied smoke with notes of cream, berry, light spice, syrup, and nuts. And this is truly, truly an enjoyable stick. I have talked about this multiple times on the Story Geeks show. I give it a box worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. Get yourself some Noel Rojas Bluebonnets. Hats off to Noel.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going places.
I've had these. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've had these. You know, Joe turned me on to these. I ordered some, and especially I think you would recommended the Lancero.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, the Lancero was phenomenal, and that was actually my first introduction to Rojas, was that Lancero Bluebonnet, and I bought his I don't know what that's called, the testing kit that he had.
Yeah.
I mean, every new thing Rojas comes out with, I buy now, because it's that blender. He's a master blender, and he does amazing stuff. And that Bluebonnet, his other stuff's great too. The Statement. I haven't tried the street tacos yet, but thank you, Joe, for recommending that Bluebonnet Lancero, because it was a great smoke.
Mm. Drew, do you have another smoke, or you good?
No, I'm good, but I'll like I said, that Bluebonnet, if the Lancero or the Robusto, I definitely enjoyed both of those sticks. And going from the Lancero to the Robusto, you definitely get a different experience, slightly different experience, just because of the cigar gauge itself. But other than that, I mean, still great tobaccos. I mean, just a great overall experience. You can't go wrong with those. The other, it's eluding my mind right now, his other collaboration with Hoyle,
I had that last night.
Yeah.
Taste of Texas, something like that. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's
Tejanos.
it's so freaking. You got some earth component and
Yeah.
really cool spice, and it's so good, so tasty.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about that on our next segment, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Awesome. Nelson, you have one more stick, or are you good? There you go. Awesome. Drew, any final comments?
No, I'd like to tell everybody, if you're ever in the DFW area, come by and see us over at Prestige Cigar and Coffee Bar. Get your Nespresso groove on. We can pair it up with a nice cigar for you. And if you mention my name, Drew, at Stogie Geeks, we can give you a discount with that purchase. So, yeah, come by and see us over there at Prestige Cigars and Coffee Bar.
There you go. Nelson, any last words?
Yeah, I mean, I can't give you any discounts, but, I was thinking this today. Email me, Nelson@StogieGeeks.com, and I'm sure the same holds true for Joe. If you're in the New England area, you want to get together, smoke a cigar, love to sit down with you, smoke a stogie, and just talk the cigar world with you. So, don't hesitate. We're always out and about at shops smoking. So, and one of my bucket list items this year is to get more and more in touch with the actual Stogie Geeks live in person with everything reopening. So, don't hesitate to email us and let us know where you want to meet and see if we can set something up.
There you go.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's an exciting time right now with, hopefully states are opening up safely and to get back out there. I'm just letting you know, I'm just saying to, everybody out there, just, be safe out there. Follow the laws of the land wherever you may be in the United States. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see people out and about again for sure, and from all over the United States over here in DFW area. So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys there at the lounge.
Absolutely. I want to thank Ronnie, owner of Breakwaters Cigar and Whiskey Bar here in Middletown, Rhode Island, for hosting us, allowing us to do the remote event. We will be back. If you're ever in the area, check them out. You won't be disappointed. Great selection, knowledgeable staff. He follows some of our instructions. He's a good cigar. He's a good addition to the New England and Rhode Island repertoire that is here. Over here in the premium cigar industry. And Stogie Geeks, I want to remind you, we keep the conversation going all week long. Go to StogieGeeks.com. You can visit us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Stogie Geeks. Email all of your complaints to Nelson@StogieGeeks.com. And Stogie Geeks, thank you for watching and listening. We will see you next time. Peace.